Hello, my name is Ken Buchholz with International Easy Up. I'm the Senior Account Manager here. Easy Up is a manufacturer of pop-up canopies, heavy-duty premium pop-up canopies, table covers, flags, you name it, everything that you would need for a typical festival. What we're going to talk about today is Craft Brew Festival success best practices. So in my conversations with various breweries across the country, both big and small, I've picked up some things, some tips and tricks and things that they have given me to help you have a successful festival. So I'm going to jump right into it. As I said, my name is Ken Buchholz. I'm the Senior Account Manager here. I've spent 16 years here at Easy Up, 16 wonderful years and counting. Love what we do, love what I do, and love what we're all about. We're going to discuss 5 main topics and then give you a really brief little rundown about Easy Up, what we're all about. Firstly, we're going to talk about event research, finding the right festival for your brand. We're going to talk about pre-festival planning and promotion. What story are you trying to tell? Logistics. We'll go over the festival booth, which is kind of our forte here. And then again, we'll just go over about Easy Up. So to jump right into it, event research. So when you're looking at finding an event, a festival that you think is going to work for your brand, when you're doing that initial research, check on the prospective events. So if you find events in your local area, and what I would recommend and what I've been told to recommend from other breweries from their experiences, both positive and negative, is to check up on the event through social media. Check Facebook, check Instagram, check blogs, see what the event's all about. Is this event good for your brand? Is it not good for your brand? Will it just be a big drunk fest? Oftentimes they go down that path, and more than likely the business that you obtain from that type of event will not nearly be as good as the type of event that's more centered, maybe a little bit closer to your brand. How many breweries are going to be there? The sweet spot in general, from what I understand, is about 25 to 50 breweries is a good sweet spot. Too many breweries, there's only so much time in the day and only so quickly you can pour. And so with the limited time that you have and your pourers have, want to maximize the face time with prospective customers and with potential new customers to your brand. So with a guest averaging 10 to 15 samples over the course of a 3 to 4 hour festival, there's only so much time in the day. So not a massive event, but maybe a smaller local event with a fewer amount of breweries without getting too small will help with customer engagement. How many sessions are planned? Something good to check up. If this is a multi-day festival or a single-day session festival, single day is preferred, not only obviously for staffing costs, but product cost, you name it. Is this festival run by an event promoter or a local nonprofit that's community-driven? Clearly, in order to build a brand locally through community, a local nonprofit will have the good touchy-feelies that customers are more positive towards to connect with your brand. If you're donating beer, check what percentage the event is given to charities in the past. Always good to check on that. And then finally, kind of self-explanatory, but quality over quantity. Most breweries are not going to just cast a wide net and go to every festival out of state, 3 states away, 10 states away, 3,000 miles away, unless there's a really compelling reason to go that far. So focus on smaller to mid-range local community events that are connected to a nonprofit, help enhance your brand. I included a link there that I found in the Brewer magazine. It's a couple years old at this point, but there's some good information about liability, which we'll go into a little bit further when we talk about logistics. But there's a link there. I'll pause for just a second so that you can copy the link down. They've got some good information about liability and things to look out for there. Now, you've found the event. You've looked at Facebook. You've looked at Instagram. You've vetted the event. It looks like a good event for your brand. Now it's time to start pre-festival planning and promotion. Obviously, you're going to want to add the festival to your events calendar and your website. What this is all about is your existing customers and WOM, word of mouth. The quicker you can get that on your calendar, the quicker the customers will start sending, clients will start sending information about your attendance to friends, family, colleagues, etc. Write a blog post. If you have a blog, write a blog post about the festival and what beers you're going to be pouring. Go crazy on social media if you can. Use the festival hashtag. All that's going to help with Google statistics and making sure that your brewery is mentioned, and that word of mouth again is going to continue to spread. It's not a bad idea to reach out to local bloggers and media also. So some of the breweries I have talked to in the past, they've noticed that media types or whatever will have some kind of placard, or have the necklace that'll have media credentials, and they'll extend, if it's legal in the state or allowable in the state in the event, invite them to the brewery, personal invite. No better way to get some advert and some good promotion about your brewery than with a blogger or somebody in the media talking about your brand, talking positively about your brand. And they would have a great connection with your brand just from that personal touch, that face-to-face touch that we all know works over normal emails and stuff like that. Obviously, you want to have a small pocket fact sheet about your brewery. So if a media type does, or a blogger does visit your booth, have a fact sheet about your brewery, who you are, what you do, what you're all about, your current beer list, etc. One of the other breweries I work with, they're very much into the story. And I think that is a good thing when it comes to craft brewery. It's probably an obvious thing, but customers want to connect with the brewery and a brand. And having a compelling story will help with that connection. What makes your brewery special? Why should a consumer care about your brewery more than another brewery? What is your point difference? What's going to have customers telling their friends, you have to try this? So again, just providing customers, think about what's compelling about my brand, and how do I want people to connect with my brand, and how do I want that message to come across? There again, word of mouth, best marketing tool. Make sure that your staff are able to tell that story the same way. Anecdotally, with my time here at Easy Up, our owner, Mark Carter, founded Easy Up in 1983. And prior to that, he actually invented the pop-up canopy. So Easy Up is the original company to Easy Up, or to the industry of pop-up canopies. And it all stems from that point to today. Every canopy that exists in the world, Easy Up or otherwise, is patterned after his original concept. And so he started that out of his parents' garage in West Covina. And to this day, we're a family company. And you could see that in our day-to-day. We're able to talk to each other as if we're family. And so my connection with my brand, I hope, would come across similar to the way that your connection with your brand would also. Special releases by media to help reinforce that story. Now, just to get a little bit into logistics, legalities. Every state is different when it comes to permitting, licensing, permissions. Most of the festivals are going to handle a lot of that for you, or most of that for you, but it's always a good idea to keep that information, have that ready and prepared, so there's no surprises. The last thing you want is surprises and then get into legal liability. Double check health department requirements. This is new, obviously, as of last year. What COVID protocols are being enforced? What do you have to provide at your station? Does the local health department, city, county, are they requiring hand sanitizer? Are they requiring a hand wash station? Are they requiring the use of gloves and a mask? Probably stuff that you're going to use anyways, but especially in this day and age with protections in place, we want to double check with the health department to make sure that you're following all of the protocols. Equipment-wise, ice-wise, do you need ice? Do you need a jockey box? Do you need CO2? Extra lines, all that stuff. Make sure that a lot of that is probably fairly obvious, but not a bad idea, obviously, to always check to make sure that you have all of the proper materials and backups in case something fails. Make sure that you have a clear timeline. Obviously, the event's going to provide you with information about the event and the timeline of when items are expected to be delivered, your staff to be at the booth. And so make sure that that timeline is clearly communicated to the staff. When to break down, when to arrive, all that good stuff. And then make sure that you're planning on proper staff breaks, adhering to local law, making sure that the staff is given the proper amount of breaks by the state, the amount of time by the state. And frankly, that allows them to explore other breweries. What better way to understand your offering than by looking at others' offerings and see the positive things that others are doing, and they could take that and learn from that and use that for your benefit. going to talk briefly about the festival booth. Now, this is our bread and butter. This is where we come in, where Easy Up comes in. Briefly, before we talk about the booth, let's talk quickly about swag. Doesn't have to be expensive to be remembered. You don't need to shell out a ton of money. Stickers, keychains, coasters, koozies, all that stuff is awesome. People keep it. They put it in their pocket. They fall asleep at night, go to wash the pants the next day, and there's the sticker, and they'll remember. One of the breweries that I work with consistently, they use free tasting coupons in their swag, and that has been a very positive thing because that's brought them back to their tasting rooms. And collect email addresses. In our business here at Easy Up, it's important that we obviously not only engage and connect with the customer, but keep their information on file with the permission, of course. And keep that email address and continue to keep that dialogue open. Send them newsletters, send them information about the next festival you're going to be at. And that's going to go, I'll talk a little bit about limited releases next, but letting them know that you have a limited release that's coming in at the next festival that you have to try. And then that word of mouth kicks in and away you go. Easy Up, on our site here, we manufacture pop-up canopies, and they range from super heavy duty for those folks that are doing a ton of events, multiple festivals throughout the year, you name it, all the way down to mid-range, commercial grade, light duty. So we have a tent for every purpose and every need. A lot of the breweries that I work with will send a mid-level kind of commercial grade tent to their distributor, and then they'll use their heavier grade tents for their local reps for the festivals. Most festivals, a lot of the festivals tend to be outside. Weather can be unpredictable. So the heavier grade the Easy Up, the more punishment it can take, the more long-term punishment it can take, the more wind flex, the more everything. And so that would make sure that you have a tent that will come that will work for years to come. We talked about making sure the staff is well versed on your product, kind of went through that. Offer water and snacks. One of the other breweries that I work with, that I thought this was a great idea, and I haven't really seen it everywhere, and so I'm wondering if this is one of those little nuggets that you could use to help differentiate your brand again. And that is to create a beer pretzel necklace station. I thought that was a great idea, and they've had good luck with that. Not only do folks stay at the booth a little bit longer, but it's fun. It's a social media type of a thing. Post a hashtag. Easy Up on my side can help you with signage, not only for the tent itself, but also for the brands, the different beers that you have that you're going to be serving for the festival. But then also you could do a sign that says Beer Pretzel Necklace Station here, and people can have fun, do a hashtag with your brewery in the festival. And again, that word of mouth continues to spread and you build your brand a little bit further. Portable glass rinser. Not everybody has them, from what I understand. So a nice little benefit, one of those things. That way, when somebody approaches your booth, they have a way of rinsing their glass, and they're able to sample your brew and not a tenth of somebody else's brew on top of with your brew on top. So they get a clear vision of what your brew is all about. We talked about it briefly already, but have a limited release, have a rare offering available, and make it specifically for the event. And that comes to the pre-festival planning. Announce that we've got this awesome brew coming up specifically for X show coming on May 25th. Be there. You got to try it. It's great stuff. And again, that people that are already engaged with your brand can then send that information to friends, family, colleagues, and say, "Oh, we've got to be there." And so just a quick little bit about Easy Up. So I mentioned that we were founded in 1983 in Mark Carter's parents' garage. We have industry-long warranties for long-term peace of mind. There are a bunch of options from my first day with Easy Up just over 16 years ago to today. Everybody and their grandmother has come into this world and have sourced from China and you name it. We manufacture here in the U.S. Our facility is in Norco, California, which is in Southern California. It's a 135,000 square foot facility. Multiple printers, multiple seamstresses on site, produce everything in hand or in-house here. Compared to others where you'll have multi-source issues, where you'll have a company will source a printed top from here and a frame from there, make them together. And on the back end, should something happen at a festival, breakage, weather, you name it, it's difficult to track down where do they get the frame? Is that frame still available? With Easy Up, we have all of the frames in stock, all the parts in stock so that if the worst should happen, we can support you long-term with parts or replacement frames or replacement tops. And so that initial investment backed by industry-long warranties will last that much longer. We produce well over 5 million square feet of digital fabric per year. We're a 7-time SGIA Golden Award winner. What that is the who's who of the print world. We've won that 7 years, or had won that 7 years in a row. And that slide is actually a little bit old because we won last year as well. 175 plus patents. We're on time 99%, 99.2% of the time. We have less than a 0.4% warranty rate. And because of reps like myself who have invested the amount of time that we have, because of what we do, we believe in what we do here at Easy Up. We're able to handle things. So if the worst does happen, things happen at festivals, a rep accidentally just doesn't disengage a frame correctly, bends a truss, we've got your back. It's got our name on it. And we want you singing our praises, much like I would sing your praises. And we're continuously rated for product quality. So I hope that, and that basically ends our presentation here. I hope that some of these tips were helpful for you all. I hope that you were able to take some things from it. I hope that there were some things that maybe you didn't think of that you could incorporate into the next festival. I hope that some of the liabilities, things will be in your back of your mind to protect the brewery, to protect your bottom line. And I just want to thank you very much for your time. Thank you for attending and for giving us the opportunity to present today. My email address, I'll go ahead and leave in the video message here. My email address is kenbuckholz@easyup.com, which is KENB as in boy, UCHHOLZ at easyup.com. That's easyup.com. KenBuckholz@easyup.com, or you can call our 1-800 number. It's right on our website, which is easyup.com, easyup.com, and it's 1-800-45-SHADE. Ask for Ken. I do all of the craft breweries here, and I will be at the Craft Brew Show in September. Yay! Very excited that they're going to do that again. And so for those folks that are watching this video here today, if you're going to be at the CBC in September, I'll be there. Come by, say hi, mention that you saw me in the video. Would love to connect with you all. Thank you again. Have a wonderful day. Stay safe. Looks like we're on our way out of this COVID craziness. Things are opening up and things are getting busy, and that's a blessing. So take care. Have a wonderful day.